This video will not be up even 24 hours. This is the sniper fighting level #1 curriculum that I'm doing for our members only site. TNT, my student from the 1990s, has now become the first official online student. Now, if you're a person who has not ever taken first place and you always wanted to, I don't care if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or even 70s, there are events where you can actually compete in. And you can compete with people within your age bracket. So if you've never won first place, you're going to learn the techniques that will help you actually win more. Everyone pretty much fights the same and has been fighting the same, meaning only moving faster in the form of a dive bomb that they call a blitz. But here, you're going to learn that those options are not to your advantage. The option of just being faster. You want to be more versatile, more elusive, out of the line of fire, hence footwork, repositions, angles, fakes, and a few other things. On that note, we're going to start this thing off. Everything starts off with the letter A. A is attitude. So putting yourself in the proper state of mind. You guys might have seen me do something like this. Bam! And it sounds crazy, it looks crazy, but most people that are successful have a physical anchor which triggers off the results that you want. In this case, is to be like a superhero. Nobody wants to see Jerry Fonson do martial arts, middleweight man. But Fastly, man, as the Fastly character, I have done things that are pretty incredible. So, today we're doing a 2-camera shoot. Here we have your vertical, and there we have our horizontal. So we're going to get a chance to interconnect both of these angles for the purpose of editing. Master Ty, over here, please. Yes. And again, here we are. Master Ty's been with me. He took his first seminar with me in 2016, almost 10 years ago. At this location, I did my first seminar here, 2014. This is when Master Mo was the one that actually had this location. And what I love about this is that it's one of the few schools that actually has a wooden floor, but also we can put the mats on at the same time without having to jam our toes with those puzzle mats, if you guys know what I mean. Right. Anyhow, enough of that. We're going to start off with the left-right drill. Now, in order to make it where it's easy for all of you guys to actually see this, I'm going to do the opposite. So when I say left-right, now why do we start off with footwork? Why? Because the best block in the world is not being there. So you just start off in martial arts. You may not be good at the kicking and punching, but as long as they can't touch you, they can't hurt you. So I like to start off with the best block in the world, which is footwork, not being there. When I say left-right, I'm going to do it right-left. So if you follow me, the bouncing ball, you'll be fine. In the meantime, Master Ty, we're going to do left-right also. We're going to do left-right while I turn around. So we'll be going to the same, so do the left-right facing that one, sir. Okay, ready, and begin. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. And finally, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Now, if your foot moves 6 inches to the left, the other foot should move 6 inches to the left also. Common mistakes is people move the left foot 3 inches, the right foot 6 inches. Now your feet is too narrow, you don't have maximum balance. You have to be in the neutral zone, which is similar to a ready stand, a chumbi, or achidachi, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we start over the left-right drill. Now, after the left-right drill, there's a level of footwork that is called the circle drill. But before we do that, we're going to go back to what would be the defense. And what's the defense? We do them in numbers. Please follow me. And I'm going to do it in the middle, so get the horizontal and the vertical. So this is defense number 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. Defense number 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. This is number 3. 3, 3, 3, 3. Defense number 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. Number 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, and finally 6, 6, 6, 6. Now, these blocks are done as a last alternative, but understanding that you block the first 2 low, so 1 and 2 is low, 3 and 4 is middle or face level, and 5 and 6 are high. Let me tell you something you may not realize. Master Ty, stand over here please and face me. So if you threw a punch, and I blocked, you threw a punch here, and I threw a number 3, and you threw a second punch, and I threw, and I covered that, that number 3 can become an actual strike. I can go from here, 3 into 3. A little sneaky idea, I'm just teaching you guys. So when I'm sparring, and the person goes backwards and I block number 3, a lot of times you see me go like this, boom, and then I go like this. I don't let it go, but you see how that would be a self-defense technique now? How the elbows got?
Yeah.
So the same thing, over here. So put your right leg in front, throw one hook into my body, I'll block it like this at times, right? But if I go like this, number 2, I actually turn you around, right? You switch sides, throw with the left leg. I do that sometimes. You've seen me do it, guys. So it can be done as an actual block, but it can also be done as a repositioning the other person. So that's 2 of the options. Now, you also have what you would consider the distance of your opponent. This is the next drill. It's called hopscotch. Hopscotch is the foundation to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. Now, most people accidentally, or I should say, have been told the wrong terminology. They try to call this into a blitz. Oh, it's a dive bomb blitz. No, that dive bomb blitz is like they're saying that's locking and popping, which locking is one dance and popping is a different dance. So they try to integrate them for some reason, and it's not right. So at least learn the terminologies properly, so like that when you get coached or when you're teaching somebody, you can teach them exactly what to do. So in a nutshell, a dive bomb is in the air, and the blitz is on the ground. Again, dive bomb in the air, blitz on the ground. So in the backup and the foundation to dive bomb is something simple called, you're here in the ready stance, you're in the neutral position, and then your body goes forward, and then forward again, which is like a hopscotch, except it's an extended hopscotch. Now, you're gonna do that at least 2 times going forward, and then you turn around. When you turn around, so let's say when you're going forward, you move your left leg. When you turn around, this time now, you're going back with the right leg. Ready, you go. 1, and then 2. Then we turn. Now, you can go further if you like, but the idea is, in this case, I have this line between my legs. You can stay right there. And I'm using this as a reference point. 1 foot, 2 feet, 1 foot, 2 feet. Just doing the footwork first, initiating what would be the attack from an element of surprise, because it seems like you're not ready. Second stage of that is left hand and your left foot both strike. Ready, go. 1, and then 2. Now we go back. You want to do both sides. Guys, if you want to get 2 times better, work on both sides. By definition, you become 2 times better. Master Ty, just to confirm, we're still good with the vertical. If it's not, it's
Yes,
not.
we are, sir.
Okay, good. Houston, we have to test it. This is live. We have power. Okay, so now turn around, and we'll go with the right hand. Ready to go right, and then right, and turn around. Now here, we're going to go into, again, that's not the dive bomb yet. That's building the foundation to a dive bomb. But when this is done properly, it works on your cardiovascular because it's exhausting. So here, we're going to go first punch, second punch with 2 different steps. Hopscotch. Ready, go. 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And we're going to turn to the right hand. Right, left, and then turn. Now, while going forward, this is where it gets a little tricky. What we'll do it animated. Here we go. Left, right, left, and turn. This time we go right, left, right, and turn. Again, that's not a dive bomb. This is what you do to create the ability to bridge the gap from here to there, even though it may not seem like you're ready. So what we're going to do now is an actual dive bomb. We're going to do it from the neutral position, and we're going to land with the left leg in front. It's done like so. Neutral position, 1, 2, and here. Now, actually, let's erase that. I apologize. First is with the left side committed. The idea is to go across the ground in the air, throwing both punches. Left hand back first, right hand reverse. Ready, 1, and then 2. The idea is not to go up, but to stay low and go. So you hover across the ground. And once we get here, we switch sides. Right leg committed. Go, back is reverse. Sorry. I went and opened up. I opened up the parachute to prevent me from going outside. And I'll explain what that is afterwards. But right in the front, and you do both dive bombs. Boom, boom. Then you turn. Now, the next stage of what would be a dive bomb is to hover. Hover means, just like a hovercraft, not slide, because if you slide and the floor is slippery or the floor doesn't, it catches you, then you're at the mercy of the terrain. But the hover means basically, as a matter of fact, you know what? Forward with worth. Go right there. Mm-hmm. So you guys can see. Face me. No, just to see what happens with the dive bomb. Watch. I'm here with a dive bomb and I go off the line. That's what we just did. In other words, from here, at a distance, I go 1, 2. I throw 2 punches. Not jumping high, but going across. Now, when done properly, it's as if a speed, or I should say a race car, is grabbing you by your hips. So watch. You're here, mm-hmm. You go off the line. Now, we're going to do another version of that. And then explain. From here, if I hover, it gives me what would be more momentum to go towards you. Mm. The hover is this. Which, in reality, it gets you closer, but you can actually hit the person possibly. Mm. But I'm not doing that for the purpose of hitting the person. I'm doing it for the purpose of getting my body into a momentum to go forward. So we practice that here too. And this is the way it goes. We're going to start with the left side. You're going to go hover, dive bomb. And we'll have no space to do another one. Hover, dive bomb. Now after the dive bomb, if you notice, we take 2 steps because the momentum is taking us, right? Well, let's say if you hover and you do the dive bomb and you take the 2 steps and you end up going outside. That's not a good thing, is it? So you want to hit what would be the anti-lock brakes. In this case, let's just say it's a parachute. So watch what happens. I'm here. Let's say for some reason, we're going to teach you guys the first counter to what would be a person attacking you. And in this case, let's test it. I'm here in the corner. Back up slightly on the angle. You're going to hover and dive bomb. Fast, go. He went outside. Warning. Why? Common mistake, people will try to block or outrun this technique. The minute you do the hover, I'm thinking kick. Now the punch is coming automatically. Now remember, just like when we did the defense numbers, the punch goes here. I can move it to the side, hit him to the rear. That happens pretty often. That's actually the reason why the front hand is there. Not here, but it's there to block the person before you hit them. Or, in this case, go fast, fast, fast. Outside, warning. What did I do? Playing basketball, I pivoted. My foot, front foot stays stationary, my rear one goes looking towards 3 o'clock. Now, again, remember the hover, the flow, up. I can actually hit him with the lead hand.
Yeah, the last one.
Like I've done that pretty often. But the idea is still, how can he stop himself from going outside? Let me show you this. So in the case where I hover, dive bomb, I open my legs afterwards. That's the anti-lock brace. So Austin, go to do the pivot to get out the way when I do the dive bomb. Now when I hover, you want to go wait, and I got you. The pivot would have been
This way.
Yeah, the pivot would be here. Just pivot. Oh, yes. Again, pivot. But don't startle there. Just turn your body. No. So like in basketball, just protect. You just protect. Okay, so let me show you how this will work. Well, I hover, I got it. Hold on. You got caught because you pivoted when I hovered.
Oh, after the hover.
There's no technique that will let you. Now let's say that happens where I hover and you reposition. Or you just did. You made it easier for me to hit you. Right?
Right.
So because I hovered and he repositioned, that means that you got hit now.
You're making mistakes.
Thinking like, he's gonna miss me. It's like, I was doing a dive bomb and I just hovered. So again, I'm gonna hover. When you see me throw the punch, then get out of the way. And you see me do stuff like that.
Yeah.
In other words, in the middle of the dive bomb, I'll notice the person repositioned and I put this other hand here so that guy can come with the opposite side. So I open up, well, what is it? The what?
The
Parachute,
parachute, yes.
which is my legs. So in other words, it stops my momentum. And I go like this, then I can reposition. Little inside secrets.
Bonus.
Yeah, a little bonus. Anyhow, so to confirm that we're still doing good.
Yeah.
So again, what I'm trying to do here is show you guys a sequence of what is a sniper fighting level 1, which is the foundation to becoming a top sport karate
Champion.
and or Poi karate champion. However, go back over here, sir.
Wait.
Can that be used in kickboxing? See, at this range here, it seems like I'm too far away. But all I am is a skip away. And what that's called, guys? A dive bomb. It's not called a blitz. It's called a dive bomb. Now I'm going to show you what the blitz is. The dive bomb is in the air. The blitz is on the ground. So from here, he's far away. But in reality, he's just a step away from what would be me being able to hit him. However, I wouldn't do it from this far. I would do it from a broken rhythm. Where I might go left, right, off the line, and blitz. Let's review the blitz over here, sir. Put it back up. Step with your right foot, left hand out, and then come back. Left foot, stage, right hand. Now from there, you step through and you throw the punch. That is a sprint, hence a blitz. The blitz is on the ground, the dive bomb is in the air. I was taught how to blitz by one of the greatest fighters of all time, Quadrinum Billy Blanks. I was taught how to do the dive bomb by, rest in peace, the legendary Steve Nasty Anderson. Now, no one ever asked me how Steve Anderson actually did it, but let me give you a little secret. Nasty Anderson used to dive bomb and blitz, but the way he used to do his blitz, dive bomb was different. If we're sparring, he would kick you in the arm. And by the time you landed, he would hit you. So he would knock you, and by the time he landed, you're already off balance. Nasty ropes would go like this. He would go from the bottom up like this. It was hard to determine his distance because he was about 6'3" or 6'2". So he would do something like this. And the minute he touched this here, that was already back first, and then he would throw the reverse punch.
Wow.
So being taller than me now, Parkinson Billy would do something like this.
Speed.
Yeah, so
Okay.
basically he would, and then throw the back with the reverse. Now, of course, each of them could do the opposite too. Now, when doing this sequence of techniques, it must be done from both sides. So just to show you as part of the curriculum, this is the way you do the drill. Here we go. We're going to start off with back wrist, reverse step, step, and now you're right leg in front. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's work it back on the wrong side. You're always facing that way. Switch, side. No. We're in real time right now. Okay, got it. Try it again. Punch, punch, step, step. See, it's facing that way. Punch, punch, step, step. Good. Now we do it as a race. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it doesn't matter which side you started from. You're able to go from one side to the other side, and that makes you 2 times more dangerous when it comes to the dive of the blitz. Now we do the same thing, but with the dive bomb. As you can tell, it's a cardio workout. I suggest you do these in spurts, in drills. So left leg in front, and all you do from here is dive bomb and step, step, dive bomb and step, step. Again, in this case, now that we have the left leg in front, or the right leg in front, we were able to burst. Now, the reason we have to take the 2 steps afterwards is to clear out the way. To clear out the way. Now, there was a video that I'm going to insert here when I'm fighting with Bob, and I do a drive bomb, which is basically I blitz 1, 2, took 2 steps, and then the wild kick went to the face. No, I don't want to do that. But in other words, there's different ways to play with this. I'll give you an example. Yeah, no, take that and just turn it so on the side, but that one's going to catch it.
All right.
Turn it. No, turn it. Just turn it this way so you can see me in it.
Okay.
See me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I was practicing here and I wanted to do the blitz, you know, again, it's more like an advanced thing, but just giving you that option. And I walk through it. All right, so now, going back to dive bombs and blitzes. If I turn around right now and I throw a dive bomb going forward and do a blitz on the way back, and then do a blitz going forward and dive bomb going back, it doesn't really matter. So we go. First we're gonna do a blitz. Ready, go. Blitz, blitz. No, it's a blitz. Now guys, keep doing exactly what might happen. You get confused. But the entire time, your chest is facing that way. The minute you fall with your chest this way, that means you're gonna step through. Because whether it's a dive bomb or a blitz, you're gonna be committed to the same side. So here we go. We'll do it slow. Blitz, 1, 2, and then dive bomb. 1, 2. No, so you turn around and go away. No. You have to remember, guys, listen up. And if we went fast, you would get it. But you gotta have a reference point. If I'm sparring with you, and you do the blitz, and you do the dive bomb, that's it. You see how you just turned around? Now you can't block anything. You can't block anything. Now watch the difference, guys. Again, this is a little side note for intermediate. But you stand there. I'm blitzing. Look at me. Look at me. So if I'm blitzing, stay there. Don't do anything. I'm blitzing. I'm dive bombing. When did I lose eye contact with you?
Never.
So when they go like this, they're done. So if you can, yeah, I have to make sure, regardless of what I do, I'm still looking at you. The minute I go blitz for a fraction of a second, common mistakes, it happened, but thank God it happened, but we know how to prevent it. So here we go. In slow motion. Blitz, step, step. Dive bomb, step, step. Even if you have to force yourself to look towards that, it'll happen naturally. Now, you can always go forward too, from here. I can go from dive bomb to blitz. Blitz to dive bomb. Ready? Dive bomb, land and blitz. There you go. Blitz, dive bomb. You looked away. When you do the blitz dive bomb, it's a little more confusing. Let me explain. The blitz has that momentum going forward.
Yeah.
So you have to hit the brakes.
Oh, blitz.
So if I'm here and I go blitz, hit the brakes, then I can dive bomb.
Ah, that's what I do.
You gotta open up what would be your parachute. Anyhow, the next thing we usually do are lay down kicks. Now, lay down kicks, we're gonna just do 5-week kick. The alignment is very important. Your knee goes directly straight. We do front kick like so. Normally we do 50 of these, right? And then that's a front kick, this is a front kick also. And from here, you align your body for the roundhouse kick. If you notice, what we're doing is squeezing the quads so the kick goes directly above the bottom leg, half of it, and my knees are aligned. In other words, it's not like this. It's definitely not like this, but like that. The idea is to align your body. Roundhouse kick. Now from there, we bring the knee back, drop to the knee, heel higher. That's a side kick. Side kick. Then you have a side kick from the top, straight out. If you look at it, it's aligned exactly with the bottom leg. So it's almost like your back is arched. Common mistakes, people go like this, and they think they're doing a side kick. Your knee does not go horizontal. It has to go like a stomp. That's what a side kick is. A side kick is a stomp. Here, stomp, here, stomp. Now from there, you can bring your knee down to the bottom again, go side kick, and then bring it back to the roundhouse kick, and bring it back. That's called a hook kick roundhouse. 1, and then 2. Again, same principles, aligning your heel with the target, extending it, bringing it back, keeping the alignment, out, and back here. That's the bottom version. Then the top version is from here, out, back, here, again, out, back, here. So your knee comes all the way as high as your elbow, and your knee from the bottom goes all the way again towards your thigh touching your elbow, and your knee being up on the floor. So when you align your body, it's completely like when you're shooting a bow and arrow. Now you do that with both sides. The final one is a crescent kick. A crescent kick. Now, a crescent kick and an axe kick have the same thing. Now, usually the crescent kick, your feet or your hips are square like this. But I do a hybrid version of it where I throw the crescent kick off center and I let it come down like if it was an axe kick on the side of my body. So basically towards 10 o'clock, then it comes all the way down towards 12, and I let it just flow. Just flow. Just flow. Which means that from there, I can do a variety of kicks just by changing my chamber. Of course, we do that from both sides. So, The final thing we're gonna do, as far as level 1, is the first fake. Fake. Yes. If I'm here and I drop my body and I hit my, when I was a little kid, we used to play this game. And the person would go, oh, he got hit. So that's the first fake, where your hands go down and your body drops. Now, if I fake, blitz, to make it complete. That's it. Fake, dive out. You're going too fast, sir. Take your time, you go overzealous. Fake, dive out. Yeah. Fake, dive out. Fake, blitz.
Caught me out there.
Yeah. But again, guys, the point is that it will be confusing in the beginning, but the idea is that you're confusing your opponent. Okay, you're on this side here. If I fake you, then it's easy for me to get you. No guarantee. However, if I don't fake, then it's easier because that fake, it makes the person pause. Now, you can also fake over here. Face that way. Fake, switch. No, you gotta listen to what I say. Yeah. Guys, again, if I ever coach you, you gotta listen to what I say. You're assuming what I'm gonna say, which you got caught a bunch of times. That wouldn't be my fault, because you're not listening to what I say. Whether you're the competitor or the coach, we should be on the same page. You can have the outside person number these techniques or sequence of them so like that when you do them. I want you to fake, switch, blitz. Fake, switch. You didn't switch.
Do you like that?
Switch, blitz. Yeah. So basically what's happening, I'll do it, watch. I fake, I switch, I blitz. I'm doing the angle. Fake, I switch, I dive bomb. Still the same thing. Now when I fake, my hand is not kept up. I go down. But I go down at a distance. So try to take my hand. I'll bring that right back. I make believe that my body is inside my hand. So if you try to touch my hand, I bring the hand back. Boom. So that's a distance game. Anyhow, rewind this, practice it. There's a level 1 of sniper fighting, the foundation. Where we'll be adding clips so you can see how these techniques have worked for decades, from the 1980s. I got videos for you, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, and most recently, of me doing these techniques from level number 1, which is 90% of the time of when I score. Thank you for watching. A.B. See ya. We out of here. I'm Master Jerry Fast Fontanez and Master Ty. Sniper Fighting certification on level 1, similar. Thank you very much.
Thank you.